Hello, my audience. I'm reviewing Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Rises from 2012. I give it 8 points out of 10 points. It's aggressively stupid. It raises more questions than closure gives you. More questions than closures by the end. But that's okay. It doesn't need to make sense. It's a DC comic book movie, just like a Marvel movie's a Marvel movie. Just because it doesn't make sense, that means it's all that bad. So I thought this was a fine popcorn movie as The Suicide Squad was directed by James Gunn. I give it 8 points out of 10. It's my favorite in the trilogy because of Catwoman. Most people say it's The Dark Knight because of Heath Ledger's Joker. You know, he's cool and all, but I like Catwoman more than Heath Ledger's Joker. Not because she's scared or anything, but because I like sex appeal more than being scared. I like the fact of when a woman dresses feminine and sexy with tight spandex. I like that feeling more watching that in action than watching being scared by the Joker or laughed by the Joker with his dark, morbid humor. That's fine to him. For Heath Ledger's Joker. And that's why The Dark Knight Rises is the best in the Nolan trilogy by me. I give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, an 8 out of 10. I said 8 out of 10 the first time. I'd say 8 out of 10 the second time, but I made a mistake. So it's 8 points out of 10 points. And I'm going to review the whole trilogy in this review of Nolan trilogy Batman. I give the first two, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight from 2008 sequel, a 8 points out of 10 points. This is almost as fun as the Michael Bay Transformers movies, or the Star Wars prequel trilogy, or the original OG trilogy. It's almost that much fun. The Nolan trilogy. But I like Transformers Run more and by Michael Bay. And Lucas directed by Star Wars movies. Lucas directed. The ones he directed on. He wasn't a big fan of the Disney version reboot. Continuing the franchise. Not even The Force Awakens. Wasn't that big on. So I really enjoyed this trilogy as 8 points out of 10. I love the action, the explosions, the effects, the action, all of the action. It reminds me of a Michael Bay summer blockbuster like Transformers. With Saturn fighting Megatron. That's how good the action is, but with real people doing the stunt work and stuff while using very little CGI. It's basically if the Transformers could be shot with real life people instead of CGI with the robot action. Is how intense the action is in this movie. Spectacle. And the whole trilogy is that good. The action being fun, like adrenaline rush. I enjoy these movies. All three of them. I think Batman Begin has the best story, but Batman 3 has the best spectacle in the Dark Knight trilogy, the third one. And best heist action and stuff, and villain threat and danger, feeling like the stakes are high this time with the third one more than ever before. So I like that. My problem is I never really could care for Christian Bale's Batman costume. Never liked it. Not even his original one that much. I was kind of lukewarm on liking his original costume before he changed it with the upgraded suit where he moved his neck. And, I wasn't a big fan of the first costume. Wasn't a big less fan of the sequel costume that he wears in the rest of the trilogy. And I wasn't a big fan of them blowing up the Batmobile and him not rebuilding the Batmobile. But just selling for the Bat-Cycle and the Batwing. So also not called the Bat in the movie instead of Batwing or Batcopter. And I like how Heath Ledger's Joker voice Joker by Heath Ledger perfected the Joker laugh in live action. I mean, we always got good Jokers, I think, in live action, going back to the Cesar Romero days, but they always couldn't get the laugh perfect because there's 3 laughs in the Joker's laugh in the comics. This is something Mark Hamill could perfect in animation form first before anyone really perfected it in live action. So Mark Hamill really was a comic book fan, and he basically tried to do 3. He knows that Joker, when you look at the comic book channels, the Joker laughs is like 3 different laughs. It goes ho 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 and ho 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 and he and ha 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 at one time. It has 3 different notes, his laugh in the comics, and when he laughs at one time. It goes ha ha ha, ho ho ho, and he. As a loud, insane laugh, creepy. So, because disturbed clown, and I like how Heath Ledger finally perfected the laugh, and God could do the laugh right, like you hear in the comics, like he had from Mark Hamill perfect. I mean, not since the Mark Hamill days where someone would go out their way to perfect the Joker laugh that we look at in the combo panels and how it sounds in our heads, would go out their way to perfect the combo panel laugh. I mean, his personality and his design is not exactly identical to classic Joker, but his laugh isn't spot on. I mean, this is a different representation, different world, so it makes sense that we want to try something different to bring Joker to life. I mean, we technically did already got comic book Joker with the Jack Nicholson portrayal and the Heath Ledger portrayal. I mean, the Joker was the Cesar Romero in Jack Nicholson portraying comic book Joker. No one clearly wanted to do something different, give his nullified Joker instead of comic book Joker for this time again. And I think Heath Ledger wanted to play comic book Joker, and that's why I think he went out of the way to perfect the laugh. That's just a guess on my part, because he nailed the laugh. I'm surprised he didn't create a new laugh for this Joker. Instead, he just went for the classic laugh that we hear in the comic panels. And our husband will look at the comic panels laugh of Joker. So props to that. So that's why I give Batman Dark Knight Trilogy 8 out of 10 points. I enjoy these movies. Like the James Gunn Suicide Squad directed by as movie. I enjoyed as much as the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie or Birds of Prey movie with Harley Quinn. As an 8 points out of 10. It's partly brilliant, partly love it's a mix of brilliant ideas and stupid ideas. The Dark Knight Trilogy to me. I enjoy it for what it was. A mixed bag of ideas. So that's why I give the Dark Knight Trilogy 8 points out of 10. Goodbye. Subscribe to my video. Like this video. Subscribe, my audience. Subscribe, like my video. Support my channel. Support my channel by liking and subscribing. Goodbye. My name is Jake Allen. Goodbye. Okie dokie.